We're here with Kennesaw State head coach Rob King. Coach, just talk a little bit about your overall thoughts to the season. It starts Friday at 7 here at Kennesaw State or KSU Stadium against Alabama.
Yeah, well, obviously we're coming out of pre-season, almost 2 weeks long this time. We've had a couple of scrimmages and very pleased with where the team is at the moment. We've done a lot of work defensively. I think we've tightened that up, and then we've started scoring goals. So we're in good shape at this point, and obviously the Alabama game will be a big test for us. We start off with a schedule that includes several SEC teams, so we jump straight into the fire, and we're really looking forward to it.
And talk a little bit about how playing the big SEC schools, Tennessee, Alabama, Arkansas, as well as some other non-conference opponents like UT Martin from the OVC.
Yeah.
How that will help you to prepare for the ASUN.
Yeah, it certainly will. I think it's good anytime you can play schools that are regularly competing against other top schools in the country, or that are regularly going into the NCAAs. It sort of shows you where how you match up with those schools, and where your program is. It's something that we've never been afraid of doing. We played North Carolina and Duke right after North Carolina won it back in '04. So we like to have those sorts of games on there. The Alabama game, they beat us quite badly last year. We played twice. We beat them over at their place the last time, prior to that. So those are real good indicators. SEC is, it's a high level conference. It's a very physical conference. So we know if we're able to play the way that we want to play in those games, it'll be really good preparation for us as we go into conference play.
You got 3 newcomers joining the squad, as well as various other players who were hurt last year and are playing now. So just talk a little bit about the mix of newcomers and returners on the 2012 squad.
Yeah, well, we've got obviously 3 players that have joined our team this year, and all doing very well. We've got a couple of true freshmen in there, and then we've got Lauren Roberts is an older player that's playing for us for the first year. So it's one of those things this year where our squad size is quite small, but the fact that we only have 3 new people in the mix, and having come off a very good spring season where the chemistry on the team was fantastic, it was very easy to just bring in 3 and not really miss a beat. So that has been good. Our injured players, we had quite a time of it over the last year or so with some major injuries. So in the past year and a half, we think we've had about 6 surgeries. So those players most of them are back with us now. A couple are hoping to get cleared by the doctor today and begin some contact. But most of them are back and are getting integrated into the team. We're not completely there, but we're almost there, so that's great to see.
You mentioned a small squad. You have 17 players on this year's team. Talk a little bit how that has affected your mindset and the coaching staff's mindset during preseason, and also looking forward into main competition.
Yeah, I mean there's a couple of different ways to look at that from a squad size standpoint. We grow quite a bit next year. We've got a very large class that's coming in that is a very strong class. The way we were going about it this year is that, as I said, by just having a couple in the mix of new players, we know each other very well. When we go through our pre-season, our team is very, very fit. It's not like we've been trying to bring in 12 players and have them all take part in pre-season, and they may or may not be contributing in the games at the weekend. These are all players that know what their role is. They know it very, very clearly, and they know that come Friday and Sunday they're going to be playing, and a lot's expected of them. So it's worked well, I think, in the way that we've managed it, but it's one that we had to be careful of as well, making sure that we didn't give them too much. Yeah.
And then touch a little bit about positionally each position. Obviously, highlights include Katrina Frost being named ASUN preseason player of the year as a midfield forward type player, and then Julia Strickland also being named to that preseason team as a leader in the back along with Lexi Hastings.
Yeah. Well, I think obviously for Frosty, that's a great honour to be recognised, particularly with the injury that she carried the whole of last year. She was very limited in her mobility, and has come back from the surgery now and is real strong, real fit. I think that's the fittest I've seen her, and I've watched her play since she was about 14. So that's great recognition for her, and she started the season off very well. Julia Strickland is one of those players that isn't available at the moment to play, but she got a lot of recognition last year. She was a redshirt freshman, and she's a sort of personality that is just an automatic leader. So we're missing her a little bit, but the other players have really stepped up, and when she does come back, she's going to be fighting for a place on the team because the others are playing so well. So it's great to have those two recognised. But then we've also got other leaders, on our team here, and you mentioned Lexi Hastings. Lexi, has got better and better and better every year, which is what you want from your players. She's also a leader now, very fit, far more technical than she was when she came in. And Lexi has a little bit of something special about her. I think a sort of fighting spirit would be a good way to put it. She's feisty. There's not much to her, but you wouldn't want to go up against it too many times. Yeah.
Great. Sounds like it's going to be a fun 2012 season, and hopefully bring back a championship or two.
Yeah, that's the plan. Yeah, the players are excited, and the coaches are too.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
Great.